Hello beautiful people, welcome to another episode of Ask Mo. My name is Mo, I'm a lawyer and I'm licensed to practice law in the province of Ontario, Canada. I answer questions relating to how to get licensed to practice law in Canada, grad school, and general advice about life in Canada. Please note that whatever I say in this video is not legal advice. Now, today's question is probably the most popular question I get asked on Instagram, on LinkedIn, via email. MOYO, how do I become licensed to practice law in Canada? This question is the most popular question. I understand how important this question is. That is why I have taken out time to break everything down so you can watch this video and leave with a better understanding of the processes you need to take in order for you to get qualified to practice law in Ontario. This information is relevant for you if you are an ITL. ITL stands for Internationally Trained Lawyer. I had someone ask me, do I still need to go through all these processes if I got my law degree from a country in North America? Because, Canada is also in North America. And my answer was, yeah, you still need to go through all those processes if you got your law degree from another country aside Canada. Now, there are three major hurdles to cross as an ITL. The first one is NCA, National Committee on Accreditation. The second one is either articling or the LPP program. And the third one is the bar exam. Now, if you haven't watched my last video, I'll leave the link in the description box below. And in that video, I explained everything it will cost you in order for you to requalify as a lawyer. And I talked a bit about the three hurdles you have to cross. So I think it would be helpful to watch that video first and then you can come back to watch this one. Now we are going to be starting a series called the NCA series. And in this series, we are going to discuss everything you need to know about NCA. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the NCA generally, everything you need to know about the NCA, and then I'm going to answer all of the questions I have been asked about NCA. And once we are done with this series, we are going to move into the other processes you need to take before you can get called to the bar. What is NCA? NCA stands for National Committee on Accreditation. And what do? This is the body that will assess your legal education. Now, let's break this down. What does it mean to assess your legal education? They check your transcript. Have you taken the courses expected of a Canadian lawyer? They check if you are in good standing with the Supreme Court of the country where you got your legal education from. They check your CV. Do you have the experiences that is required of a Canadian lawyer? That is what they do. Now, what's the first step? How do I get the NCA to assess my legal education? What do I do? You need to submit an application on the NCA website. After a portal has been created for you, you need to send your transcript, your law school transcript to the NCA. So in my case, I had to go to Afebabalola University and I asked them to transfer my transcript to NCA. The transcript has to go directly to the NCA from your law school. I also had to go to the Nigerian law school and I requested that my transcript be transferred to the NCA. So you have to send your official transcript, or you have to get your law school to send your official transcript to NCA. The next thing is you have to submit your CV or your resume, right? Like I said, they want to see all the experiences you have, if you have the experiences expected of a Canadian lawyer. They also require a letter of good standing from the bar association which you belong to. In my case, I had to get a letter of good standing from the Supreme Court of Nigeria, that says, okay, MOYO Balogun is in good standing with the Nigerian Bar Association. So you have to get a letter of good standing from the Bar Association which you belong to. And like I said, the Bar Association or the Supreme Court of your country has to send that letter directly to the NCA. So nothing goes through you. All these documents, you don't get them and send them to the NCA. They all go directly to the NCA. There is no middleman in this process. So what next? After you have submitted all your documents, the next thing to do is wait. Wait wait. You have to learn how to wait in this country because everything takes time. The NCA, by the time you write the exam, I think it takes like maybe 2 months. It takes a long time for the results to come out. Your bar exams as well, it takes a long time for the results to come out. Even after you submit your documents, you have to wait. You wait for, I think, 6 to 8 weeks. You have to wait. So like I said, it takes between 6 to 8 weeks to process your application. So after waiting, the NCA will get back to you and they will give you a list of courses you had to take. Again, if you haven't watched the last video, I made mention of this in the last video. I wrote 3 NCA courses, which is very unusual, right? Because the minimum courses you can take for the NCA exam, there are 5 courses. You have to write the Canadian constitutional law, you have to write Canadian administrative law, you have to write foundations of Canadian law, and Canadian professional responsibility. You have to write at least these 5 courses. Now, if the NCA goes through your transcript and they see that, oh, you haven't taken business law, or you haven't taken contract law, or you haven't taken evidence law, you know, all these common law courses, you might get assessed with more courses. You know, if you're coming from a civil law jurisdiction, obviously you haven't done all these common law courses. So if you haven't done all these courses, there's a high chance that you're going to get assessed with so many courses, right? But in my case, I got assessed with only 3 courses. I only had to write the Canadian constitutional law, Canadian criminal law, and foundations of Canadian law. Now, this is very unusual because remember I said the NCA will assess you with at least 5 courses. But in my case, I was assessed with just 3 courses. And I'm going to explain why and how I got to reduce my courses from 5 to 3 in a subsequent video. So stay tuned for that video. The next step is to pay for all your courses and write your courses. And once you're done with all the exams, NCA will award you with something called the Certificate of Qualification. So I have mine here, and I'm also going to take a picture of it and just put it on the screen in case you guys can't see it. But this is what the Certificate of Qualification looks like. This is what it looks like. Yeah, and this is just to show that, you know, you as a candidate, you have passed all your NCA exams. Now, there's still so many things I have to talk about, but you know, I said I was going to just give you a general overview of NCA, and then in the next video I will break everything down and answer all the questions people have asked me about the NCA. So now I'm just giving like a general overview. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, this was just a general overview of what the NCA process is like. In the next video, I'm going to be unpacking questions such as, can I fail the NCA exam? Can the NCA process be commenced from any other country? Can I write the NCA exam in any other country aside from Canada? And many of these wonderful questions that people have asked. So please, if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. Also, please turn on your notification bell so that you can know when I upload new videos. Also, if you aren't following me on Instagram, my handle is MOYOSORE_B and my name on LinkedIn is MOYOSORE Balogun. I put out interesting articles that other people can resonate with, and so please kindly follow me so that you don't miss out on any of these articles. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you in my next video. Recording videos for AskMo, and I'm tired. I'm taking a break. Hey, ignore my whack dancing skills.